Good afternoon and welcome. Back in 1955, in an apparent effort to centralize municipal assets in one location, Milltown's governing body proposed to build a new electrical substation behind the old Barrow Hall on the banks of the Lawrence Brook. This proposal soon became a reality, and the original substation that sat high and dry on North Main Street under the public service high-tension transmission lines was quickly abandoned. Unfortunately for us, our former borough fathers did not foresee the potential for explosive and unchecked growth of the adjoining communities that lie upstream from their endeavor. Over the next 6 decades, development in the Lawrence Brook watershed flourished. The land was quickly covered with impervious surfaces, whose storm drainage systems all empty into the Lawrence Brook. All of that water, as you know, must then pass through Milltown. This scenario, coupled with more frequent and powerful rainfall events, has created a recipe for disaster. Over the years, Milltown has endured several storms that inundated the post office, rescue squad building, public works utility building and maintenance yard, the Washington Avenue sewer pump station, and threatened the electrical substation. On many occasions, borough assets were swept away in the deluge while attempts were made to recoup financial losses through insurance claims. In April 2007, a nor'easter rainstorm dumped 8 inches of rain in less than 24 hours in our watershed. Borough Council members and borough employees risked life and limb to sandbag the substation in an attempt to fight the quickly rising floodwaters. The power to the substation had to be cut because if the floodwaters breached the sandbags while the power was on, there could be a catastrophic explosion and a complete destruction of the substation. After the floodwaters subsided and power was restored, the council began immediate discussions on flood mitigation. Inquiries were made to governmental agencies to ascertain what steps had to be taken and what help we could expect from them to prevent this situation from happening again in the future. In November of 2007, the complexion of the Borough Council changed, along with its priorities. Saving the electric substation quickly took a backseat to the desire to construct a new firehouse. A new firehouse construction committee was appointed, monies were spent for architectural plans, and the flood of 2007 was forgotten. That is, until Tropical Storm Irene hit Milltown in 2011. Irene brought high winds and torrential rain. Floodwaters consumed all borough assets that were located in the floodplain. The post office, rescue squad building, American Legion Hall, Mill Condominium, and several businesses also fell victim to Irene, along with our electrical substation. Once again, the power to the substation had to be shut down to avoid a potential catastrophe. Floodwaters damaged the substation and the power was out for many days. The electrical equipment had to be removed, dried, repaired, and reinstalled before power could be returned. This was done at a great expense to residents, not to mention the great inconvenience and discomfort. The following week, hundreds of angry residents stormed the Borough Council meeting in search of answers. It was truly a dark day in Milltown. But out of the darkness, a ray of hope. In response to the public outcry, it was decided by the governing body to create a committee of Milltown residents who worked in the electric industry or had taken a keen interest to investigate the situation to recommend the best course of action for the borough to follow. Before her retirement from office, Mayor Gloria Bradford appointed the committee members. They wasted no time and got immediately to work. They found that no existing power supplier was interested in purchasing our electric company, and that the loss of revenue would have an effect on our municipal budget. It was determined that we had to remain in the electric business and rebuild our substation on higher ground. But where? The borough owned no vacant properties that were suitable. Building on this spot where we presently stand today would be the best scenario, but it was in the inventory of county open space. We would need to own 2.6 acres of land to obtain a 1.3 acre property swap with Middlesex County. Councilman Randy Farkas informed the council that the Schwendeman log cabin property was for sale and it had the correct amount of acreage needed for the land swap. The council acted swiftly, and after much negotiation, an agreement with the Schwendeman family on the sale price of the property was settled. While the groundwork to acquire the land was progressing, the existing substation was secured to prevent further damage on a temporary basis. Inquiries and discussions with the Middlesex County Board of Chosen Freeholders and Senator Bob Smith led to the petitioning of the New Jersey State House Commission to allow for the property swap. And on December 16, 2013, permission was granted by the state and the property Milltown needed to build the substation was secured. The Milltown Electric Advisory Committee and CME Associates worked with our borough engineer, worked thoroughly yet quickly with Councilman Farkas and Utility Committee to design a new substation that would more than fulfill the borough's current and future needs. That brings us to today, Friday, September 26, 2014. We are gathered here today on much higher ground, I'm happy to say, to collectively and ceremonially break into the earth, signifying the start of the construction of Milltown's new electrical substation. This ceremony is the culmination of a tremendous amount of hard work done by people who share the love of our beloved community and the desire to help their fellow man. We proudly stand united, together, not as members of a political persuasion or special interest group, but as a group of residents who have worked together as one to overcome the greatest obstacle in Milltown's modern history. As I have said, if we choose to work together as one, we can accomplish great things. This day stands as a testament to that belief. Now for the thank yous. I wish to thank the following: New Jersey State Senator Bob Smith, members of the New Jersey State House Commission, the Middlesex County Board of Chosen Freeholders, the Milltown Electric Advisory Committee, CME Associates, the Schwendeman family, former Mayor Gloria Bradford, and, very importantly, all of the present and past members of the Borough Council, not only those who work directly on the project, but those who have served the residents of Milltown each and every time the floodwaters threatened borough assets. Additional thanks go to all of our professionals and borough employees who have worked so hard to make this day a reality. I wish to thank all three contractors who, under the pressures of an emergency situation, submitted proposals to construct our new substation. However, I do congratulate Wellsbeck Electric Corporation on their winning bid. I have every confidence this firm will perform to our expectations and construct a substation that will fulfill Milltown's electrical needs for the next 100 years. And last but not least, I wish to thank the residents of Milltown for their patience and understanding. We will all meet here again in the spring of 2015 to flip the switch to the on position. Now, if you look across the street on Washington Avenue, you will see a sign that says, "Future Home of Milltown's Public Works Facility." As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, our work to remove all borough assets from the ravages of floodwaters has really just begun. The words spoken here today will soon belong to history, but as long as Milltowners can flip a switch and there is light, our collective deeds will not be forgotten. Thank you very much.